Portugal. Why Portugal of all countries? Is it because Cristiano Ronaldo they choose to sell properties in Portugal? Tell us a bit about Portugal.
I wish I am a fan, but about 4 years ago, we were sort of having a conversation with an old friend of mine, and they were looking at a golden visa program in Portugal. And so Nick and I, we sort of saw the opportunity of the Portugal properties and the related golden visa program as well. So the properties, what we found, just using our knowledge of Australian property before, we found that we could quite easily find information about sort of the location and also the sort of, you know, how the properties would be managed, the investment plan, valuations, titles and all that, and it was quite easy to do due diligence on. So we got quite comfortable. For example, PricewaterhouseCoopers actually names Portugal as the best place to invest in 2019, and so just using that knowledge, we were able to sift through a lot of properties which we thought would be suitable for investors. And then there's the golden visa as well. That is sort of the cream on the cake for the property investors.
So the golden visa was the cream of the cake. Now we will talk about the golden visa in a little bit. So I'm trying to just understand, why not Spain, but why Portugal?
Okay, Spain, the golden visa for Spain is to lead up to the citizenship program is a little bit more, there's more requirements, so the applicant actually has to stay there for more than half the time. So we found that the criteria for Portugal is less. They only have to stay there for an average of 7 days per year, and it is a very likely gateway to Europe for an alternative residency, and also to open up education options, work options for us and also our children.
Right. So we are looking at it says European passport. You know, in one of the write-up you're saying that you can actually go to Portugal, buy a property and get a European passport through the golden visa program.
Correct. So
can you tell us more about that? Yeah.
The Portugal Golden Visa program is actually a very simple program. So there's mainly actually only 3 criteria. One is that the investor invests in a suitable property, a property that qualifies. And that's in a way our job. So we do the due diligence on the property, whether it's the location, the developer, the development, and the suitability for the Golden Visa. And then the next criteria is just that during the 5 years, it's a 5-year temporary visa program. They have to stay an average of 7 days per year. In fact, quite easy. 7 days in the first year, 14 days over year 2 and 3, and 14 days over year 4 and 5. That's the second criteria. Third criteria is just that their police checks are clear. So there's actually only 3 criteria. After the 5 years, they can choose for them and also their reunified members. So that's the spouse, children, even in-laws and parents that are dependent on the main applicant. They can sort of get the either permanent residency or citizenship. Citizenship then opens up 27 countries in the Eurozone. So whether that's for, again, work opportunities, alternative residency, or education for the children, it opens up those countries.
So you're saying the criteria to buy the property is what, $500,000?
Yeah.
For
Euros.
cities?
Yeah.
Tell us about that. How much, what is the criteria to buy?
Yeah. So in general, if it's any property, it could be a vineyard, it could be a villa, it could be an apartment in the city, it's 500,000. But if that property is in the urban rehabilitation area, more than 30 years old, and for renovation in the urban areas, it drops to 350,000, that criteria. And if it's in the outskirts, it drops to 280,000. So again, depending on the client's budget, we look for a suitable property and investment.